Welcome back. I'm Heather Lewis. Children affected by cancer can often feel helpless, but there's a new way to help them join in the fight. Tim Freeman is the Missouri Grassroots Manager with the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network, joining us this evening. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Heather. I appreciate it.
So tell us, what does it mean to be an ACS-CAN junior cancer fighter?
I think it's kind of what you said there in the very beginning. A lot of times kids can feel helpless in a situation where someone they know is dealing with cancer. And what we wanted was really to let people know, cancer is going to affect people regardless of age. And so we wanted to let them know also that regardless of their age, their voice can be heard, their voice matters, and their voice can make a difference in the fight against cancer. And that's really kind of what the impetus was behind getting the site set up and having it available for people to utilize.
So this is something new for kids to engage in. Why did you all feel like the Junior Cancer Fighters was something that needed to be included?
Yeah, it is new. I think there were really three main reasons behind it. Number one was, just the times that we're in right now. For the past several months, people have been at home. Kids haven't been going to school. I know parents are probably looking for ways that they can engage their children in a lot of different things. And a lot of people are touched by cancer, obviously. And so we thought this might be a good resource and a good outlet for parents to be able to get their kids involved in advocacy and kind of understand a little bit more about what ACS-CAN does through the advocacy platform. Secondly, we've had young people involved in our advocacy efforts really since the beginning of ACS-CAN to varying degrees. Here in Missouri, we've had some of our advocates bring their kids to our day at the Capitol in Jeff City, for instance, or bring them with them when they've had meetings with legislators all across the state, whether it was at their district offices or at the Capitol. And then even on a national level, when we go to Washington, D.C. each year, I know some advocates from across the country have brought young people with them to Washington, D.C. to see what we do when we go to Washington, D.C. So this is just another opportunity to bring more people into the fold. And then thirdly, I think, and probably most importantly, is, young people are pretty savvy nowadays, and especially on social media, but they really understand that our elected officials work on some really important issues. They're seeing that every day, I think, and they're also pretty savvy to realize that their voice can make a difference. And so we wanted to provide this as an opportunity for them to get involved and be able to make that difference.
Now, you did mention, cancer affects all kinds of age ranges when it comes to kids as well. What type of activities are available for kids, and is this for any child?
It is. The website, people can go to fightcancer.org/junior, and it'll bring them to the Junior Cancer Fighter website. And we do have a lot of things on there for kids, really, of all ages. We have things for the young kids, coloring pages and word searches and mazes and those types of things. We also have information on the website about, just general information about what is cancer and how does it affect people and how do folks get treated for that. We have information about what is advocacy. How does a bill become a law? Those types of things that, can help kids of all ages. And then we have information on there. We have social media graphics. We have links to a opportunity for kids to send a message to their member of Congress. It's a real simple point and click, and they can type in a message if they want, or there's a preloaded message for them there as well. And then we also have information about our Lights of Hope event that's coming up here pretty soon. So really something different for folks of all ages and all interests on there.
And I was about to say, so kids can get involved in the Lights of Hope campaign, but it is going to look a little bit different this year because of COVID-19.
It is going to look a little bit different. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go to Washington, D.C. and have the big event that we do every year. But this year, it's the 10th anniversary of Lights of Hope this year. And so we're really hoping that folks all across the country will want to get involved in the virtual event that we're going to have on September 12th. It's going to be live streamed. People can go to fightcancer.org/hope, and that's the Lights of Hope Center. They can get more information there. They can buy a Lights of Hope bag there if they want to. They can get connected. There's a little search mechanism. They could search for our Missouri Lights of Hope page if they wanted to go there and do something more specific to Missouri. But we're really hoping that folks, not only across the state of Missouri, but across the country, will get involved with Lights of Hope this year, and that this live stream success will be, our live streaming event will be a great success. It's the 10th year. the first year I think we had a little over 7,000 bags that we put out in Washington, D.C., and then last year we had over 40,000 that we put out at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. So I think this virtual event may give us an opportunity to have even more than 40,000 people participate, and we just ask folks to, if they have a bag, they buy a bag, to set it up. They can set it up on their deck, they can set it up at a local park, wherever they want to, and live stream that or send us pictures of it, and we'll live stream it for them so that we can let people all across the country see all the folks that have been touched by this disease and the things that we're doing to try to fight back.
And that's one thing you did mention as well, that you're encouraging children to write their legislators and pretty much push for reform. This is mainly to find that cure for cancer.
Absolutely. We work on things at the federal level, all kinds of different issues related to cancer. Funding for cancer research is one of the big ones that we worked on. We worked on some specific childhood cancer issues, the Childhood Cancer STAR Act and some others. But, I've been in meetings, we've had meetings with, Senator Blunt, Congressman Long, all of our Missouri delegation here in Missouri, and we've had kids that have shared stories or been at a meeting where a parent would share a story. We had one meeting here in Columbia several years back with Senator Blunt, and a lady came and shared the story about losing her husband to brain cancer, and 2 boys were there with her. And to have those boys there and have that interaction and see that, their mom can share a story about them losing their dad and how that impacted their family, but they're sharing that with an elected official who hopefully can do something about it. And we've really had great support from our congressional delegation here in Missouri. They've been really supportive of increased funding for cancer research. Senator Blunt has really led the fight there, but the opportunities for kids to see that, see their parents interact or themselves interact directly with elected officials. Hopefully, if they begin to do that at a young age, it will pique their interest and they'll continue to do it and get them even more active, not only in advocacy, but in voting and just being involved in the political process in general.
All right, very good. Tim Freeman, thanks so much for joining us. We'll put all that information on ozarksfirst.com so people can find a way to get involved and help fight against cancer as well.
Thanks so much, Heather. I appreciate the time.
Thank you, and we will be right back. Keep it here.